We'll start with Mike Singer.
Hey, Michael. We've kind of seen this pattern before, the 37-17 quarter in the third. What happened there?
Yeah, they came out very aggressive. As you mentioned, Mike, that's definitely been a concerning, reoccurring issue for us. Probably been at least 5 times this season where at the start of the third quarter, we're just flat-footed. We're not aggressive. We don't start running offense. The ball sticks. And ultimately, in that third quarter, our turnovers fueled their break. And even when it wasn't a turnover of ours, they just threw the ball over the top time and time again. We refused to get back in transition defense, which allowed them to score 66 in our paint and 25 in transition. So really good first half, great second quarter. Obviously, without a couple of healthy bodies and Facu being a scratch, I think our guys ran out of gas, but that's no excuse. We were awful in that second half.
Ryan Blackburn.
Coach, how do you maintain that physicality throughout the game?
Yeah, great question, Ryan. It's something that we have to figure out. I thought JaMychal Green starting for the first time. We went with the big lineup to try and combat LeBron, AD, and Gasol. I thought JaMychal was really good. But it can't be just one guy or 2 guys. Foul trouble became a factor for us, but we have rarely this season put together 48 minutes, and tonight was another example of that. And if you want to beat one of the better teams in the NBA on their home court, you can't play a half. You can't play 3 quarters. You have to find a way to sustain it for as close to 48 minutes as possible. And that is, I have to figure out why that continues to happen and find ways to make sure.
We'll go to Harrison Wind.
Michael, can you take anything positive away from that first half, or just with how the third and fourth quarter went, is it kind of a moot point?
All right, the second quarter was great. I mean, our defense, I think in the first quarter, they had scored 27 points, shot 55 from the field. Second quarter, we held them to 19 points, and I think high 30s from the field. That was great, but we can't be satisfied with one quarter of good basketball, not if we're serious about winning and winning at a high level. And as good as that second quarter was, the third and fourth quarter were just not even close to being up to the standards that we're trying to set for ourselves. And I think our players get tired of hearing it, but I really don't care. I'm going to keep preaching it. Understand why you win and why you lose in this business. Pretty simple. We had gone 11-4 in the 15 games prior to tonight. We had the eighth best defense in that stretch. And tonight, obviously, to give up 114, 66 in the paint, 25 in transition is not even close to where we need to be.
We'll go back to Mike Singer.
Hey, Michael, I'm not sure which game it was recently where you were insisting that Nikola Jokic touch the ball every single time down the court. But in the third quarter, when you say the offense stalls and the ball sticks, do you need to just reinforce that he needs to touch the ball in every possession?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it, but I think against this team, if you just rely on one person, they're the best defense in the NBA. They have tremendous size and length. And they were doubling Nikola. We had some great looks behind it. Struggled to make shots, 8 of 28 on the 3-point line. But usually when Nikola touches the ball, good things do happen. And he got 16 shots tonight. Wasn't able to get off any threes. Give credit to their defense, but the turnovers were my biggest concern in that third quarter. Our turnovers fueled their break and ignited their break. And as we talked about going into this, there's a couple of things you can't do against this team, and turning the ball over and fueling their break is, number one on that list.
We got time for one more. We're going to end with Emiliano Arenado.
Hi, Coach. I have 2 questions for you. The first one is obviously what's Facundo Campazzo's status after that injury that didn't let him get back to the court? And the second one, you faced the best defense in the league so far. you think it was the key for them to get the win tonight?
Yeah, Facu, was warming up before the game, and his knee was a little bit sore. He wanted to go out there and try it, see if it warmed up. And obviously, after a couple of minutes, he looked at me and says, "Coach, my knee doesn't feel right." So, wanted to be smart, get him out of the game, get him treatment. Hopefully, it's nothing long term, and we can get him back as soon as possible. Facu's a warrior, and if he says he can't play, that his knee is really hurting. And yeah, definitely. I mean, their defense turned it up in that second half. And we've seen it. We talked about it as a coaching staff. They're the number one defense, but throughout the game, they kind of go through some phases where you can get what you want. But when they decide to turn up the heat, turn up the pressure and get into you, exactly what happened tonight. They take you out of your offense, they turn you over, and they score easy points off of that. So we play them in a week at our place. And my hope is that we can play a much more complete basketball game, a cleaner basketball game, and make them play in the half court where it's not just a track meet and they're throwing the ball over the top for easy basket after easy basket.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Yeah.